his name? I think Ezekiel 20 or 24, where it speaks about how he's going to purge the rebels in the wilderness. Huh? There's going to be men that are going to get beamed up just to get purged in the wilderness, man. Yahweh Shai going to say, slay them in front of me, man. Those got to be some wicked dudes for real. Because the Lord done preserved you. You like, oh yeah, I made it. And then all of a sudden, the chariot stop. Everybody comes out.
144. Yahweh Shai.
Then you looking around. Something feels weird. You know it's something about you. Everybody looking at you. Then you see Yahweh Shai coming. You go, oh shit.
Yep. The big bosses here.
Oh man, that's to put fear in you men, man. Oh, there was a dream that the big brother, Big Judah, the Gadite over there in LA.
Yeah.
GMS Get This Work, his channel.
Okay.
He had a dream years ago that he got beamed up. A lot of brothers from Great Millstone got beamed up. And they was in the chariot, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
Somebody told you?
Yeah.
And then inside the chariot, he said that he saw IUIC, brothers from IUIC. And they were happy. And they were pointing the fingers at Great Millstone. You see, we made it. Like bragging. They were bragging. We made it. You see, pointing the finger at Great Millstone. Then all of a sudden, it got real quiet. He said these angels, these big dudes had to be like 10 feet, came out of this corridor. The doors open inside the chariot, and they grabbed the men from IUIC, said, y'all come with us. And then their face just changed, like if they was about to get executed. The way the brother was explaining it, he said their face just dropped with fear. He said when he looked at them, it's like their face dropped with fear, man. So you interpret that how you want to.
Call hello, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Karkadash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. The 144,000 and the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird among the heathens that look like those heathens, and to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning to you, I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago, coming at you with a quick lesson in truth. And this is a lesson that's going to be based upon a reoccurring dream that I had. I haven't had a reoccurring dream since I was like a teenager, right? A very young man. All right, I have, a kid. And I had the same dream 2 nights in a row, but the dream was different. It was the same, yet it was different. Same faces, same people. Circumstances were all weird, still the same. But it all revolved around brothers in the truth in different camps. And basically, there was a gigantic houseboat like this one. Way bigger than this one, though. And it was at dock. So sideways, instead of instead of sitting in the water like that, it was parked along a dock. And outside of it, there were like stations set up with different Israelite camps. Were living on this boat and dwelling in this boat. But some brothers had the same doctrines and other brothers had different doctrines. All right, and it was just weird. Because, people were throwing shade at each other on this thing, and people were throwing shade at each other on this thing. And I was like, well, wait a minute. We all came here on the boat. All right? Except for those of us who were here already. All right? So it's like it made me realize that, we're all not the same. And everybody doesn't have the truth. And I'm gonna elaborate on it, because there was one specific thing that every morning, all right, brothers would be at their different stations of their different camps to eat breakfast, and they would feed the children first. And we would go inside to get the milk, for cereal and for oatmeal and whatever. And the brothers of the Great Millstone, the label of the milk was always on the body. The other camps, the label for the milk was always on the cap. All right? And and I was like, what the hell does that mean? Then in the second dream, when I woke up, the Lord gave me the understanding. The people where the body teaches the same doctrine across the board, those are going to be the men of the Lord. The people with the milk on the cap, well, they're all on their own head, and they're wearing caps on their head. All right. There was a scene in the video. In the dream, where brothers was actually shooting videos while other brothers were going out to teach. All right. But let me grab a couple quick scriptures. All right. The first one I'm going to get is Daniel. 12 and 13. And it reads, "But go thy way till the end be, for thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot at the end of days." All right. So I believe that Daniel is going to be in the camp where the sticker on the milk is on the body, on the outside, not on the cap, doing his own thing. All right. So the spirit of the prophets, let's grab that. Romans 8 and 16. And the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we be the children of God. And if children, then heirs, heirs of power, and joint heirs with Hamashiach, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be so glorified together. And it just so happened that the brothers who used the milk on the body were always catching the most hell, in this scenario, along this gigantic houseboat. Whereas the brothers who using the milk with the label on the cap, well, they were, getting to benefit from the luxuries that the boat had. And then here's the weirdest part of the dream. What happened in the first dream and happened, and everything was different outside of the labels on the milk and the contention between the camps. All right. And, then the shooting of the video, I don't remember that in the first dream. All right. But outside of that, everything was the same. Okay. But then at the end of each dream, there were bombs planted all along the boat and on the dock. All right. And you had Israelites who were trying to stop the bombs from blowing up the boat and save lives. And then you had those conspirators who and see, this what it was more like. See, it was more like a dock. And see how this dock is? Just, we were lined up along this dock. The offshoot camps, or it's not the offshoot camps because they teach the likewise doctrine, but these 501c3 camps, well, they got to enjoy more of the amenities of the boat, the luxuries portions of it, where, I would say the men of the Great Millstone, we didn't do that. It was rough and rugged for us. We were on the dock most of the time doing the work, while the other camps were more inside. Only time we really went inside was to go to the refrigerator to get the milk. And why do we need the milk? So that we could teach the people. All right. All right. And matter of fact, now that I said that, then I'll go back to that bomb thing at the end because I kind of got ahead of myself. Let's go to Isaiah 28 and 8. It was at 9. Oh yeah, 28 and 9. It says, "Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast." So the milk that we were given, that's why these other camps can't get the break. They can't get some camps can't simply get the breakdown of Cornelius being an Israelite. Some can't get the breakdown of the regeneration, the reincarnation, that we come back. That's a major stone. Some can't get the breakdown that a lock is a plaid, is a braid. All right, it's talk when Samson had 7 braids, not 7 locks. Why? Because they're too busy enjoying the amenities on the inside, wearing that hat, having that long hair, making rap videos, driving Hellcats, getting that money, selling that merchandise. Meanwhile, not teaching the people and giving the people the proper milk, nor giving it to their children. All right. And, and the reason that being because, many are called, but only few are chosen. Let's get that. Is that Matthew 22 and 14? And it reads, "For many are called, but few are chosen." All right. And then one of my favorite scriptures is 2 Ezra 16:73. Because as we get closer and closer to, to Jacob's trouble going full blown, to World War III going full blown, all right, or the dramatic, horrific times that lead up to World War III going full blown, which is Jacob's trouble, we're gonna find out who the Lord is really dealing with, especially when this micro C-hip thing gets enforced. All right, as you can clearly see, because a lot of people gonna start backtracking, Well, see, I never said that, moron. You dumb, All right, but it says, this is 2 Ezra 16:73. "Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire." All right? You're going to know who the true men of the Lord are. And it's not going to be the ones here in luxury. It's going to be the ones here out on the dock. Set up on the dock, teaching the people as they walk by. All right. Let me get one last scripture, man. And by the way, let me go ahead and tell you about the bomb thing before I read this last scripture. And they set up bombs on there, and the reason the bombs were set up was kind of like the whole Asher thing. You had infiltrators who were trying to sabotage and demonize, and then you had the authorities waiting to scoop up anyone who were trying to flee, or anyone who was a part of it. And brothers were being set up. All right, but the Lord had us, because there was a great rescue, because both times I survived the explosion, and so did other brothers. And it was always the brothers who were part of that, the brothers who were using the milk with the labels that were on the body, not the labels that were on the hat, on the top, on the little pop cap you pop off the milk. Though that represented people doing their own thing for filthy lucre's sake and other things. All right, but 2 Ezra 16:73. Again, it says, "For then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire." And how do you purify gold? With fire, to burn all the dross off, all the impurities. Okay, and let me end with a reading from 2 Ezra, the 10th chapter. Let's go to verse 10, and I'm gonna start at about 47 and read on down to the end. And it reads, "And whereas she told thee that she nourished him with labor that was dwelling in Jerusalem, but whereas she said unto thee that my son coming into his marriage chamber happened to have a fail and die, this was a destruction that came to Jerusalem. And behold, she saw her likeness, and because she mourned for her son, thou beganest to comfort her. And of these things which have chanced, these are to be opened unto thee. For now the Most High seeth that thou art grieved, unfeigned, and sufferest from the whole heart for her. So have he showed thee the brightness of her glory, and the comeliness of her beauty. Therefore I bade thee remain in the field where no house was builded. All right. For I knew that the highest would show this unto thee. Therefore I command thee to go into the field for no foundation as of any building was. So see, the men of the Lord that were doing the work with the milk that was the label was on the body, we weren't in the house. We were by the house, but we weren't really in it. We only were really in it to get the milk out of the fridge and then come back out and feed the people. All right? We weren't enjoying the amenities of Babylon of the house. Okay? It says, for in the place where the highest beginneth to show his city, there can no man building be able to stand. Therefore fear not, let not thine heart be affrighted, but go thy way in and see the beauty of the greatness of the building as much as thine eyes be able to see. And thou shalt and then thou shalt hear as much as thine ears are comprehend. For thou art blessed above many other, and art called with the highest, and so are but few. So there's only few of us as comparison when you look at the 1/3 as compared to the 2/3. And you got to remember, 2/3 were called as well. Because if you don't remain, that's a worse death. That's a worse punishment than if you just were in the world, just smoking weed and being adulterous. But you're going to put on fringes, go out on the highways, and then teach false doctrine and still smoke weed and still be an adulterer, an adulteress, Yeah. It says, but you know what? I can stop it right there. But with that, I'm going to give all praises, all honor and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Makak, Wadash, Kwam Yasharala, Shalom.